Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Let's Get Loud podcast. This is a solo podcast episode with a happy Friday. Oh, I messed up when I did the last podcast. I realized I was saying it was the 25th, but it really would have been the 18th because this is the 25th. Here we go. It's all good. It's all good. All right. So I am recording a little bit early because I'm off to Hawaii for a week and I just wanted to batch record and get some stuff done. So, listen, we have been having some powerful conversations on the podcast about weight loss, calories, like actual nitty gritty stuff. Okay. So there's no secret that Jose is the mindset girl and I am the action girl, the get shit done girl, the math girl. I'm more like, but what are we doing today to get stuff done? So I thought that this month or this week, these weeks, it would be fun to really focus on like calorie deficit type questions. And I had a few questions come in lately that I thought, ooh, I'd love to discuss that on the podcast. So if you guys have been listening to these and you have any questions, please send me a DM. I love to wonder what you guys are wondering because if you're listening to us talk about something, you're like, yeah, but what are your yeah, buts? I need to know them. I want to talk about them. I want to dissect them. I want to debunk them. I want to rip them apart and put them back together with you. So please send me a DM with any and all of your questions. All right. So let's talk about how to create calorie awareness without calorie counting. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the difference. So I hope all of our podcast listeners know that we do not count calories at Your Way Weight Loss. Now, having said that, here's the thing. It's Your Way Weight Loss for a reason. It's called Your Way Weight Loss. And I would never tell you what to do and what not to do. That is not my job. My job is to create awareness, to have conversations with you, to just like have you considered this with you? And then you go and you decide. There is nothing, no action that is bad. And you get to be the boss of deciding what you're going to do for weight loss and how you're going to do it. That is your prerogative. I am not your grown ass adult, and you get to make your decisions. And it's so important that we create, for me, that we create a community at Your Way Weight Loss that we are all tolerant of each other and each other's different ways. And, the other day someone was like, oh, yeah, to meal prep, I just cook some fish and some frozen vegetables. And I'm like, "Ugh." For me, that's disgusting. For her, she's happy. I had moments when I was working, at school and I was eating something and I would have people like, "Oh, how do you eat that every day?" And, "Oh, I can't believe that you go to the gym at 4:45 every morning. Like, there's no way you're gonna be consistent with that." And do you know what? It wasn't about them. It was about me. And just because they didn't wanna do the gym, that action would have felt like a diet for them, but it didn't feel like a diet for me. And me eating the same taco salad for 3 years didn't feel like a diet, so I kept doing it. So, before I get into the nitty-gritty of this episode, this is your reminder to not judge what other people are doing to create weight loss for yourself. And I am not doing the same. I am simply sharing with you the pros and cons of all the things. So getting into that, let's talk about calorie counting. So why do we not encourage calorie counting? Like, what's so bad about calorie counting? I think calorie counting has been romanticized. And at the end of the day, if you're going to create weight loss for yourself, you're going to create a calorie deficit. You're going to consume less energy than you burn. That's how weight loss happens, okay? And calorie counting is a tool that some people use to create a calorie deficit. And the reason why I do not love this tool is this tool comes with consequences. And this tool is actually difficult to use in many situations. So, for example, the tool of calorie counting is difficult to use in situations like going out to eat at a restaurant that doesn't have their calories listed. It is difficult in situations like making a soup for your family, in situations like going to a potluck, going on vacation. All of these situations were very much a part when you're busy, when you're tired, when you're moving. Those are all situations that make calorie counting extremely difficult. So before you think, oh, just count some calories, I want you to not just think about the Monday that it's going to be easy because no one's tired, no one's sick. It's a regular work day and everything's good. I want you to think about your whole life. I want you to think about the next 365 days. Will calorie counting be easy? Will that be an effective tool for you? Above and beyond that, people actually, it is documented, reported, there's been a meta analysis done, which is a bunch of studies all put together When people are counting calories, on average, they are underestimating by 65%. So if you're relying on calorie counting alone as your main tool and your tool is off by 65%, it's not going to go well. Okay? Why are we so off with our calorie counting? Thank you for asking. Well, we're off by our calorie counting because it's difficult. It's so difficult. Even packaged things can be off by 20%. We're not pausing to measure every single thing that goes in our mouth in the run of a day. So it's extremely difficult. Also, we're not always that mindful, right? When you're standing in your pantry at 9 p.m. and you're crushing crackers, do you have any idea how many crackers you just put in your mouth? So, calorie counting is extremely difficult uh, to be accurate. On top of that, I personally have had experience with calorie counting, and it very much led to disordered thinking around food. I was turning food into a game. So, oh, okay, if I can consume 1,800 calories, well, what if I did this, this, and this, and this? I could get to 16, then I could get to 15, then I could get to 14. And it turns into a game, and it is very much not a game. And it turns into how can I consume the least amount of calories humanly possible instead of how can I nourish my body? How can I be happy? How can I live a fulfilled life? See the difference? On top of that, I would have moments or days where I didn't have calories left, but I was hungry, ignored my hunger. Too bad. Don't have any calories left. Suffer. On the opposite end, sometimes I would have calories left, but I wasn't hungry, but I would eat the calories because I had the calories left. So it's also teaching you not to listen to your hunger cues at all. I had immense anxiety when I couldn't count things over ridiculous things like vegetable chicken soup. Ridiculous. I am sorry. It is ridiculous that I am afraid of chicken vegetable soup. As I am telling you that, I am remembering that I have turmeric chicken soup in the fridge right now, and I cannot wait to crush it after this podcast before my walk. Anyways, so that's the whole deal with calorie counting. And I think before I get into calorie awareness, I always think it's so important to just kind of highlight those points, have that conversation, and then you go into your world and you figure out what feels right for you. Okay. Also, it's not necessary. You do not need to count your calories in order to lose weight. There, I said it. What you do need is to create a calorie deficit, but you don't need to count. And on top of you counting how many calories are coming in, the formula for weight loss is less in than out. Do you know the total number of calories that are coming out in the run of a day? I don't. I have some general idea, but I don't. And it varies every single day. So it's an estimation on top of an estimation into an estimation. Doesn't go well, guys. All right. And then you feel frustrated, and then you feel broken, and then you give up. We don't want that anymore. We don't want you feeling frustrated or broken. And we don't want this to feel so hard. So let's talk about calorie awareness. So this is a tool that we use at Your Weight Loss. Now we use many tools. So when you're on a calorie counting journey, the literal only tool that's in your toolbox is I count calories. That's it. It's the only tool in your toolbox. And then when you go on vacation, you're like, "Ooh, this tool is a little difficult to use on vacation." Okay? We have many tools at Your Weight Loss. Okay? All of them can exist in your life no matter what. Your Weight Loss was founded under the with the idea in mind that diets just don't fit in our real life. So, how can we create tools that will work when we're on vacation, when we're busy, when we're tired, when we're moving? You can always do your weight loss when you're pregnant, when you're postpartum, when you're menopausal. You can always do your weight loss. The tools always fit because we have so many tools. So, calorie awareness is one of the tools that we have available to us. When would you use this tool, you ask? Well, thank you so much for asking. You would up your level of calorie awareness if you are someone who is consistently living their life and is not losing weight, and is just not sure why. Like, why am I not losing weight? I'm so sorry about all the notifications. Maybe you guys can't hear it right now. If you're hearing all of these notifications, maybe just realize, oh man, Alicia is popular. Yes, I am. Okay, I turned off Facebook. It should be better. And I turn my phone off. Okay, so back to calorie awareness. So when are you going to use it? You're going to use it when you're existing in your life and you're just like, I'm not sure why I'm not losing weight. We don't always need the tool of calorie awareness. If you are currently not losing weight, And I say to you, do you know why? And maybe you're like, oh, heck yes, I know why. My portions at dinner time. I'm not moving my body at all. I'm binging on the weekends. And maybe you can list 4 or 5 things where you know my nighttime snack, where you know you're consuming a lot of energy in a small period of time. Well, you don't need calorie awareness. You've already identified 4 or 5 different habits in your current life that are holding you back from weight loss. And so you don't need calorie awareness, but maybe you're like, oh, I don't know why I'm not losing weight. You need calorie awareness. And so my recommendation for you is to set a goal to just increase your calorie awareness. So this is what I would do. When you're having your yogurt, measure it. How much are you actually putting in your bowl? How much are you putting in your granola? Okay. Give a little total there. You're like, shit, my bowl of yogurt is 600 calories. What about your morning smoothie? Do you have any idea how much energy you're putting in that? What about your coffee? How many calories are in the creamer in your coffee? When you go to Starbucks and you get that drink, how many calories are in that? Just set a goal. When you're making your pizza, how many calories are you putting of cheese on your pizza? Pepperoni. Just set a goal to increase your level of calorie awareness. And you will be like, holy moly, I was consuming. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys the best story ever. I hope I never stop telling this story. So when Jose and I were doing the Would You Eat a Donut a Day? If you have not watched that documentary, I'm upset. So Jose and I ate only Tim Hortons for 1 month of February. I think it was 2 years ago now, and created a documentary. Okay. And when we did that documentary, someone said to us, wow, like you guys doing this documentary has really made me think about how much energy I must be consuming in coffee. Now, this is an extreme example, but it's still an example. And she said, I always wondered why I wasn't losing weight. I felt like I didn't eat very much. And so she said, I looked into how many calories I was consuming in my coffee every single day. And she was an avid Tim Hortons drinker. And she was having several double doubles a day. Several. And she realized that she was consuming on average 1,200 calories a day in coffee, 1,200 calories a day in the creamer and sugar in her coffee. Whoa. No wonder she wasn't losing weight. So that's such an extreme example, but it's a real good one. Okay. You might be like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that there was that much energy in the amount of cheese I was using, or the amount of creamer that I was using, or my smoothie bowl, or my yogurt bowl. And now here's the piece, we're not judging ourselves. This is not good or bad. This is not too many or too little. This is simple data. And you work at creating data for yourself, and then you can identify specific areas that you want to consume less energy. Now, the big difference between calorie awareness and calorie counting is calorie awareness, we're not doing a daily total, and we don't have a total goal to consume in the run of a day. And we're not trying to count every single thing that goes in our mouth. That is the biggest difference between calorie awareness and calorie counting. We are simply creating awareness where possible, where it's easy. And then we're going to go from there. Okay. And so that is the biggest difference. And calorie awareness is such a powerful tool. And I take him on vacation with me. So I have a high level of calorie awareness. I know there's a lot of energy in smoothies. I know there's a lot of energy in bacon. I know there's a lot of energy in avocados and salmon and nuts. And so when I'm making my choices, I just go with that knowledge and I make my choices. I stay in tune with my hunger, no drama, and we go from there. You know where is another great place to create calorie awareness? Your alcohol. How many calories are you consuming in the run of a week on wine, beer? Again, we're not judging. We're not saying, oh my gosh, that's so bad. Oh my gosh, that's too much. Our goal when we're creating calorie awareness is to create a judgment free awareness moment. And then you pause and you reflect and you say to yourself, is that worth it to me? Do I want to make any changes in that area of my life, or am I happy to just continue as normal? All right, everyone. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this episode. We are going to continue the conversation of calorie awareness within our sneak peek group. So, I want to know all of your best calorie awareness moments in our sneak peek group. So, just search on Facebook YWWL Sneak Peek, and that is a free group. Tons of calorie deficit, calorie awareness conversations going on in there with other thousands of other women like you that are looking to create weight loss for themselves. All right, everyone, have an amazing day. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please, give us a rating, give us a share. More people listening to this podcast allows us to spread our mission and to spread our message. And I truly believe that more women deserve to live a life without drama and without noise around food and their bodies and their weight. Okay, everyone. Bye.